Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to my subscribers. And as always, thank you so much for all of the support that you show me here on YouTube, in the Etsy store, and in the Facebook junk journal groups. So today, what I want to look at is creating some envelopes, and we'll create these with windows on both sides. We'll create these with a window on one side and the other side doesn't have a window. But for those of you who do not have acetate-like sheets, that's what I used for these windows. We'll also work on creating some envelopes without the windows. Okay, so let's take a look at what's here right now. So we'll get this open. Again, there's the window on the front and there is the window on the back. So we have a guest check, and you can do some journaling on the back. We have a little mini guest check, and you can also do some journaling on the back there. Let's see what else is in here. We have a guest check specimen card, and you can turn that over and do some journaling on the back as well. And what else do we have in here? We have another guest check, and you can also flip that over and do some journaling. So let's take a look at how I put this envelope together. And again, we'll do something with the window and we'll do something without the window. Okay, so with the window and using the acetate sheet, and I know you'll have a hard time seeing the acetate, so I have a paper here that kind of mimics what I'm doing with the acetate sheet. So this acetate sheet and this paper is 7 1/4 inches this way by 5 1/2 this way. So let me write that down for you. It is 7 1/4 of an inch by 5 1/2 inches. And then on the 7 1/4 inch side, you're going to take the plastic sheet and you're going to fold to the 1/2 inch score line. And then you'll do your crease, right? So that's what I have done with this acetate sheet, okay? So again, I took a sheet, 7 1/4, 5 1/2, score it on the 1/2 inch, and fold it to the 1/2 inch. That's what you're going to do with the acetate sheet, right? Then what you'll need is a flap. These are the measurements for the flap, and they are 2 3/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. And on the 2 3/4 inch side, you're going to score at the 1/2 inch mark, okay? And then you're going to get another strip of paper that is a 1/2 inch wide, but about 5 1/2 inches long. And I will show you why you need that, okay? So what you're going to do is you have this upper area here in the plastic. That's about 1/2 inch, right? And you're going to take this flap and you're going to glue it behind that 1/2 inch in the plastic here. Okay, so let me get to gluing. So there's that 1/2 inch of an extra flap that I am going to glue down. Okay, so now that is glued down. Okay, that's glued down, but do you notice the glue? You can see the glue through the plastic. So that's why you need that 1/2 inch strip. And the 1/2 inch strip you're going to glue on this side to cover up seeing that glue. All right. I make sure that this can fold over, and it does. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we need some strips of paper that we're going to wrap around the plastic. Okay. I have already pre-cut some things, and I've already done some distressing. So these are 1 inch wide, and then I folded them in half, all of them. So I cut this one long enough to cover the 5.5 inch side and a little bit beyond, and then I cut these to cover the sides. Now I want you to notice something. Okay, can you see that I rounded out this side, and I've rounded out this side? So these ends here, you'll put it this way where this has a curve, and you'll put this one over this way where the curve is over here, and this one we'll put on the bottom. So let's glue, but I want you to take a look at something. So our pocket begins right at the edge here. So when you run your glue on your ends, you don't want to run the glue all the way up here. You want to stop where this pocket opens, and the pocket opens where you put that little 1/2 inch cover. All right, so let's get this glued down, and it's about 1/2 inch, right, that I don't glue. So, and the same thing on the other. It's about 1/2 inch that I'm not going to glue from the top. Make sure I can fold over, and it does. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you'll get your scissor and cut off the excess. Try not to cut the plastic, but I think you'll be okay if you do, because we're going to put this bottom part in there. Okay, that's a little better. And then we'll get this glued. Get that right to the end. Okay, and then we'll get off the excess. I will try to cut that straight. And then you'll take your distressed ink and re-ink that piece that you cut off. Okay, so now we have essentially our see-through envelope with our pocket. And the only thing that you need to do now is get your hole punch, and you'll punch a hole in the center. You can turn it over. That's something else I can do for you. So the center is approximately here where this white line is going all the way up. So I'm going to make my hole about here. Okay. All right. And that's when you're going to get your circles, get one of your fasteners, and you'll put this through what you've punched. You're going to punch a hole in the center here of your circle, and then this is a layered circle. I just glued a few layers, a few circle layers together. And then you'll open this up in the other side. And then you'll take another circle and you will glue over it. And then you're essentially done. You know, you'll take your string and wrap it around. So that's how I did that one. Now, if you don't want to create a window, then here is a quick way of doing that particular envelope without a window. So you are going to do the following. You are going to get a sheet that is 9 1/4 by 5.5 inches. So 9 1/4, 5.5 inches. And you are going to score at 1 3/4, and you're going to score at 5 3/4. And then this will end up folding like this, where you have that 1/2 inch, like we had that 1/2 inch here. And then this will fold this way. And then as seen in this one and in the original, I used the corner rounder. Okay. And then the next thing you're going to do is the following. You're just going to glue your edges. So run the glue on the bottom flap along the edge on that side. Run the glue on the edge on this side. And you have an envelope, you know, and then you'll do the, I poked a hole in here. So you'll do what you saw me do with this envelope to get your string around, get your fastener in there. And then you have this envelope with a nice pocket. I don't want to pull on it too much because the edges, they're still wet. Okay, so that's how I did that. And then we have the smaller version, and this one here, it has the window in the front. There isn't one in the back, so let's just take a quick look at that. Okay, and then on the inside, here's what we have. So let's see. I have here, this is a little window that has the acetate-like sheet. And then when you pull on the tab here, it opens up. It's a little booklet. And this is a couple of sheets here. You can do some journaling on that. And then we have a little journaling card. And let's see what else we have in this little envelope here. We have some miniature guest checks, and you can flip these over and do some journaling. Okay, so how did I do this one? Let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's what you're going to need. You will need a sheet that is 4.5 by 5 3/4. So 4.5 by 5 3/4. You are going to score at the 1/2 inch mark, and you're going to score at the 4 inch mark. Then you're going to flip this over So now you have the 5 3/4 side. On the 5 3/4 side, you are going to score at a 1/2 inch, and you're going to score at 3 7/8 of an inch. And what gets formed are these outer corners here. Do you see where I have these X's? These are the boxes that you are going to cut away. And when you cut them away, you will get something that looks like this. Okay? So let me show you this with on this background here. And what I have done is, see the parts that got cut away? And then what I've done is I've used the corner rounder, and that's for the flip. Okay, so I need the other piece to be able to put this together, and that is the plastic. So the plastic, cut the plastic at so you're going to cut the plastic three and 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, and then it's a little difficult for you to tell here, but I did notch out the top in the center. Okay, so you're going to cut the plastic 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Do a notch at the top in the center. Okay, so what we want to do now is get this in the center, and let's lower this flap for a reason. You want to make sure the top of the plastic is meeting the top of this envelope. So get things in the center. What you'll notice is when things are in the center, and let me use the distress ink so that might help a little bit. Let's see. You don't really need to distress the inside because it's not going to be seen. But okay. So I have this now aligned with the top, and it's in the center, and what you'll notice when you've centered it is that you've got this part that's not covered by the plastic. I cut it a little bit short because if you cut it exactly to the square of this page, you'll have a hard time folding these things over. So when you add your glue in the following way. Put it on the edge of the plastic, right along the edge of the plastic, not touching the cardstock, right along the edge. And then if you look at your cardstock, when you fold this over, you're going to glue. You can grab a little bit of the glue so you know where your end point is going to be. Okay, so my end point, according to what I've grabbed, is about right here. Right? So I don't want to put glue in this area, because if I do, then I'm gluing the paper to the paper, and that's going to make my pocket a little bit short. Okay? So that's that side. I can lay down now. And then I'm just going to touch this to the glue so I know where not to put the glue, right? So looking at that, this is my border line right about there. Okay, so I'm not going to put glue past that point. Okay. And then on the bottom, you don't have to be as fussy, but if you wanted to, you can do the same thing. You just touch that to see where your border line is, and then you don't put your glue past that border line. Okay, and then we have our little pocket. We have a little pocket, and then we have our flap here, and then you do the same things. You just get your hole punch, you'd get your circles, and then your string, and then you are done. Now, if you wanted to do this envelope without any windows, here's what you need to do. So you're going to take a sheet of paper, and your paper is going to be 8.5 by 3.5, and you're going to score at the 1 3/4 inch mark, and then you're going to score again here at the 5 1/8 inch mark. Okay, and then you'll fold that, and then you'll glue your, before you glue your sides down, you'll want to notch things out. All right, and then I again took one of these corner rounders and I rounded that out, and then all you're going to do is put glue on the edge, put glue on the edge, and then you'll do your hole punch, and you know what we did before with your strings. Okay, that is all that I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button, please share, please subscribe. I am a few subscribers away from 1,000. So I'm really happy. It's a celebratory time, and kindness. That is what I want to leave you with. Kindness. Be kind, you know, when you're posting in social media. Be kind to your neighbors on the street. Be kind to your neighbors on the highway when you're driving. Kindness. It's something that each of us can do and give, and individually we make the world a better place. All right, everybody. See you next time, and remember to be kind.